Okay, ladies and gentle things, let us see if this is actually going to stream. The YouTube gaming server gods have not been kind of late. We'll hang here for a bit and make sure it's all going off without a hitch.
Hey, look, an ad.
We don't get served those on our videos these days. I make too many jokes about the brown people for that to happen. And by that I mean George Hamilton. But anyway. Godspeed, everyone, and welcome to RazörFist Arcade Live. And a profound fuck you to the Latino cunt who claimed that I was gonna be shit at the greatest game ever made in a game that I've played backwards and forwards about 20,000 times. I hope you choke on this fucking playthrough, faggot. No, sincerely. That feeling at the back of your throat, that's the glance of my fucking dick, faggot. Enjoy it! Alright.
Okay, that requires a little backstory.
No, that was just some faggot in the chat, confusing me for Darkside Phil, apparently. Go ahead, faggot, try and craft a punchline and rejoinder. Go ahead. No, we'll all wait. We'll cross our arms, imbecile. Come on. Let's watch the intro. Motherfucker's so ugly they'll have to bury him face down.
Oh, God.
Poured his children's eyes from glass, so this is a Scarlett Johansson origin story.
Your mic is a little loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back from it a bit. Sorry about that. Robots! Gorgeous intro cutscene.
The most awesome subtitle to a game ever.
Yeah, no shit. You know, there's a great backstory with this. What's her name? Shodan voice. Terry Brocious.
Yeah.
So she kind of co-wrote the cutscenes for this game along with Dan Thron, the gentleman who painted the cutscenes themselves. And so really all her goal was, or really all her job was to write the actual dialogue. They were supposed to have kind of a core story for them. But as she was writing the final cutscene, you know, as Garrett is walking away at the end of Thief the Dark Project, Artemis just says, "Beware the dawn of the Metal Age," and she just went into business for herself. She just wrote that line, and basically in one line, a woman who was just supposed to write the dialogue decided what the next game would be, and no one corrected her. They were just like, whatever, that's fine, whatever, go for it. So
Metal Age sounds like the best thing ever.
Because why the fuck not, right? So let's do a new game, folks. Is the volume level on the game okay? Does it need to be turned down? I just want to make sure, because master volume is... Alright, let's go with... I think I may... We'll probably go back and forth here, actually, and, pardon me. Okay. With that said, I believe we are ready to enter the world of Thief 2, the Metal Age. Alright.
I've always equated feelings with getting caught. They both get in the way of my money.
God damn it.
Unfortunately, not everyone is as committed to their work as I am. An old associate of mine, Basso the boxman, wants to marry Lady Rumford's chambermaid,
Grab him by the box.
Genevieve, and live happily ever after. Guess prison life spoiled his taste for thievery. Too bad for Basso that Lady Rumford has other plans. Marriage would void Genevieve's indentured service contract, so Rumford is keeping her confined in the estate with the rest of her worldly possessions. Basso has asked for my assistance on getting her out, since infiltration is my specialty. I make it a policy never to take a job so
Infiltration?
but the Rumford
But in
Manor
the
could be a
spiritual
lucrative
successor to
opportunity for a
Thief,
man
the
like me.
specialty is throwing
It would also
lightning
mean that
bolts and
Basso
tornadoes
would
out of your
be
fingertips.
And in this line of work, you can never have too many of those. I'll sneak in after dark and clear a path for Basso so he can rescue his damsel in distress.
Ah,
On the way,
patriarchy.
I'll pick up a few souvenirs for the local pawn shops. That should make all this aggravation worthwhile.
Where is her
Otherwise, I'll make
agency?
Basso wish he was still rotting in Crag's Cleft. This proves it. Going legit is more trouble than it's worth.
Alright. So this is more or less a tutorial mission. Did the game just hang up? No, it did not. Okay. So let's go with... Yeah, we're fine on normal. I'm just showing you guys the game. Though the great thing about this game is when on higher difficulties, you actually get more goals and more areas of the map often will open up.
It's the only good way in.
I don't think I applied the HD texture pack. Oh, yes, I did. I just didn't apply the mesh upgrade, I don't believe. Yeah. So the goal is I have to feel out a route through the mansion, and when I have discovered that route to Genevieve, I have to go back outside and blow the whistle, and Basso can do his fucking thing. And no, this is not fat-ass Basso with a fucking parakeet named Genevieve.
Better check my
Thanks,
map.
Eidos Montreal, you fucking leering Franco cunts.
Not that you're bitter or anything.
Not that
This
I'm
must be
bitter
door
in the
Basso
least.
mentioned.
Not in the least.
Good thing the butler's out for the night. He left his lights on.
So I can steal all his shit.
Xenocephalus asks, "Hey Razor, do you know Arx Vitalis? And if so, what do you think of it?"
It's alright. I'm no lover of Arcane Studios. I know some Looking Glass people worked on it, but... Alright, so you kind of... You have two ways you can go here. You can go there, which leads to the basement. Or you can go here, which leads to the upper floors, but is a little more challenging.
Oh, here's something we should get out of the way. Empire Builder asks, "The new BattleTech gameplay footage, what do you think?"
I'm still in traction with terminal boner poisoning. So, I'll let you know when I'm medically cleared to answer that question.
Thought I heard something.
Now, I'm all kinds of excited for that game. I think it's going to be excellent. I wonder if I can actually do this. Is it Alt-S? Yes. Yes, it is. Been a little while since I played my favorite game. Yeah.
Not again.
Oh, that was well done. Yeah, that was my own fault. I heard two pairs of footsteps, so let's try this again.
This, folks, is what we call save scumming.
Well, I did take the more challenging route. Let us try. Actually, let's wait for Jagoff to stop his convenient patrol. Come on. I like how there's, like, demon faces on the goddamn wall. Jesus. Got some peripheral vision there, buddy. There we are. That's how that should have gone. Alright. Did I get any... I did get water arrows. Ah, there's that soundtrack. Did anyone say anything about the level of the game? Is it alright? Is it...
People say it sounds fine.
Okay, good.
Gaius Julius
Playing
Caesar
cards.
asks, will you be looking at the new Prey, and what are your thoughts?
I stand by my original statement. It's baby's first System Shock. Sorry. I don't get the reason for this game to exist at all. You know, they can show all the fucking pre-alpha footage of the original Prey to justify why the fucking thing is a System Shock clone. Shit is a System Shock clone, okay?
It is directly a System Shock clone.
Yeah.
Like, there's Psi-Hypos in the fucking game. There are grab shafts.
They stole grab shafts and Psi-Hypos.
Your character uses a wrench.
I don't.
You're on a fucking space station. For the love of God.
It's just such a fucking redundancy. You're already getting System Shock 3. Like, is this what Arcane Studios is gonna do from now on? They're just gonna do shittier versions of Looking Glass Studios properties? Is that just the goal? Like, and for all the people who are like, well, you see, Razor, Harvey Smith actually worked at Looking Glass Studios. He play-tested System Shock, fucknuts. Those are seriously his game development bona fides. He play-tested an awesome game that he didn't fucking make. And then he went off and made Deus Ex, and that was a kick-ass game, and more power to him for that. He gets all the credit in the world. In fact, I would argue he deserves, you know, just as much credit as Warren Spector, something that Warren Spector himself has said, by the by. Isn't there a hidden bit of loot here?
Gary says, but BioShock had a wrench.
Oh, you. Okay, so I think I'm confused as to the actual. I thought there was a bit of loot. Yeah, I could have it confused with another room.
Half-Life didn't have a wrench. Afro Sheenix says Half-Life had a wrench. No, that was
No,
a
it had a
crowbar.
crowbar.
Oh, and there's a little bit of Half-Life in it too, by the way.
Well, there's a little bit of Half-Life in every fucking modern game.
These fancy gadgets around here. I can't get a simple mug of coffee.
I love the barks. This is another thing that Dishonored was sorely lacking. Is the barks that they make to themselves. You know, they were just so lame. They were all so video gamey. Alright, so that just leads me back where I was. Okay, so let's go downstairs. Don't worry about me, bud.
What's that?
Imagining things now.
Must have been rats!
I don't see anything now.
Okay, so I'm gonna wait for him to come back, so while we're waiting, hit me with your questions, folks. Wait for him to go up the stairs.
Subpar Stroker asks, what level are we on right now?
We are on the tutorial level, the very first mission, technically. We are saving Genevieve, or we're helping Basso save Genevieve. I love that. Looking Glass knew Garrett wouldn't give a fuck about saving someone. So instead of actually saving a girl, they have him scout out the route and then go back and let somebody else do the fucking moral fagging. I love it. I love it. This is why Corvo is a fucking boob and doesn't work as a character no matter how much you pay for Steven Russell to voice him. It just doesn't work because the character's not as interesting. Okay. So now
several people have asked, why aren't you interested in Overwatch?
Because I'm not interested in Disney Presents fucking Team Fortress 2. I don't get it. I never got the Team Fortress thing. I don't get it now that it's cartoony and called Overwatch. And I don't think I'm alone on that either. Whoa. It's okay, we'll have an opportunity to grab that later.
Don't forget to save Scum-a-Lot. Studio Bad Guy asks, what are your thoughts on the Defenders trailer?
Fuck Nirvana. Any other questions? No, I think it looks really cool, until Kurt Cobain opened his yap and for some reason didn't put a shotgun in it. Ooh. Remember when I said we would have an opportunity to grab that? Let us utilize the dumbwaiter. Thank you, sir. Razor's gonna suck so hard at this game. Oh my gosh. Doesn't know what he's doing. It's a sinus problem. Alright, what is... what's over here? We got any... Ooh. I love that too. With no loot glint, you have to just become acclimated to the types of loot.
Ah.
And learn to differentiate which ones are valuable and which ones aren't on site.
Chris Resin asks, I know it's a super old game at this point, Razor, but have you ever played Crystalis?
One of Terengale's favorite games, from what I understand.
It is one of my favorite games, and I've played that game back and forth, and I love it. But have you? I don't think.
Not really.
It's actually really fun.
I had a weird NES library back in the day. As a kid, I really did. You know, played Zexes, you know, stuff like that. I played Robin Hood Prince of Thieves backward and forward. I love that fucking game.
Hello?
Whoa.
Show yourself.
Whoa. Okay, let's save scum that shit. Actually, I need to clear a way for Basso, unfortunately. So I may actually have to backtrack here. Ooh, leg of deer. Little venison. You know what? While we're up here... And actually, I could go out the front door if I really wanted to take the shortcut. I have done that a number of times. Someone's coming. Homa coming.
Someone says, played Star Trek Online and saw a ship named the USS Donald Trump. Well, it's accurate.
Yeah,
He is the president.
why wouldn't there be one named after the president? Alright. What's over here? sir. Ooh, a nice silver flute. I will not strum that harp. I'm sure that's a euphemism somewhere. Don't worry about it, asshole. I don't think there's anything over here. I don't think there's any loot in here, actually. Where does this go?
Somebody asks, are you interested in getting a Switch to review games? Will you be looking into that?
I'd be a lot more interested if there were more games that looked interesting. I do want to play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, like everyone else. But apart from that, I'm not seeing a ton of reason to own the damn thing. Ooh, is there something in here? Some kind of... someone's got piping problems in the basement. And we got the texture pack, which is... I should have gotten the mesh upgrade.
Well, that's her door. Guess Basso can open it. He's not much of a sneak, but he can sure handle a lock.
Huh. Yeah. Okay, well, I found her door.
Thought I saw something.
God damn, there's that Bowman again. Okay. What's in here? This is a clever little bit of level design. Just another great example of Looking Glass level design. You know, this is the first mission, folks. This is the tutorial mission, and we're already foreshadowing to the mechanists. Which is interesting because that plot line doesn't even really start until, you know, 3 or 4 missions in. But here you go, you find a little alcove in here with some loot. A nice little reward for exploration. As it inevitably is, either with loot or death. But it's nice, it fills out the world. The more you explore, the more you become a part of the world, and that's of the essence of good level design. What was over there, though? Still taffin after all these years. Alright. No loot? Really? Nothing? Nothing. That's some bullshit. Yes, I did play this game at launch, and it was just as fucking rad then as it is now. Ooh, we have another door with further loot prospects.
Gary asks, what are your thoughts on the Comey firing?
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Thought I heard something.
If for no other reason than it is as an object lesson in the hypocrisy of the left when they were calling for his firing 15 fucking minutes ago, but the minute Donald Trump does it, suddenly it's bad. I mean, come on, you gotta... even if you don't like Trump, you have to just laugh your nads off and say, holy fuck. Like, this guy, when is he gonna stop playing the media like a fiddle? Alright. Whoa, where the fuck are you going, dude? Go up the stairs here. Okay, what is this? Some wine that's worthless. Must have bought it at Costco. Ooh, more keys. Spectacles.
Chris Resin asks, if someone tried to kickstart a Death Wish video game, would you put money into it?
I certainly would. Where's the switch? Aha! Nice! I know that's where I hide my tiara. I mean, what? Come on up the stairs, Fagaloon. Look at that. You know, the textures, the, you know, polygon counts and so forth, they've all aged at varying levels. The lighting, though, man. There's just something about the lighting in these games.
It smells like old meat.
That's another running gag. Whenever Garrett's close and they're kind of mumbling to themselves, a lot of time they'll be like, what is that smell? What is... Suddenly something smells like old meat. What?
Ian asks, Razor, what are some underrated OG Xbox games?
Fuck. Well, the problem with original Xbox is a lot of those games are going to be on PC as well. Which is why I've never understood PC gamers taking the piss out of Xbox, because it's like, guys, like, you're the studios that you love are able to make more money because and continue making great games because of that. But okay, original Xbox games, if we're not talking like it has to be exclusive to the Xbox, then games like Mech Assault 2 Lone Wolf I thought was awesome.
Huh? What?
Games like, of course, the original Knights of the Old Republic. Even Morrowind on the Xbox was pretty goddamn good. Oh, shit. Chaos Theory at the time, before... fuck, it hadn't even been ported to the PC yet, I don't think. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory was one of the biggest reasons to own an original Xbox. They didn't port it to the PS2 for some time, I remember. Alright, now this is going to be tricky if we want to do this way.
Jade Empire says best way.
Of course, Jade Empire. I didn't even think of it. Excellent fucking game. That was another thing, like, Xbox was really responsible at a time when PS2 was just printing money, shitting out banal JRPGs. Xbox was like, no, we're gonna do this Western RPG thing.
Who's there? What did I see there? Okay, what's going on here? Creeping around there? I'll find you. Come on out then.
Yeah, I think... Oh, why did I save? Oh, that was bad. And I don't have any arrows. Damn it. Hold on a second. I'll figure this out. Actually, you know what? I just need to scout out the route.
Right.
Why don't I just blaze through on another playthrough? And then just fuck the looting, because there's actually no loot objective.
That's up to you, man. I don't know what to...
Yeah, whatever. I'll just do it real quick. Because I can blaze right through this. Like, I took the scenic route this
The
time.
lock on the side door for you, Garrett. It's the only good way in.
You can literally... Let me show you how fucking fast you can do this. It's ridiculous.
Better check my map.
Maps? What's that? All I remember is that amorphous
This must be the door
conglomeration
Basil
of pointless
Good thing
fucking
Bubba's
white
out
lines on a
tonight.
black
He left his
backdrop
lights
that
on.
rotates for some goddamn reason. That's all I remember from Teeth. Not that one. You literally can just go down here.
Better stop and check out that light around the corner. This hallway is too well lit.
Snuff that shit
I
out.
put a water arrow into that torch.
You can do a little looting over here. Do a little more looting here. Do they have a key? I don't think they do. And then you just blaze through here. Get all this fun stuff. There's a nice little switch down here. It opens this safe. And then close that. There's a dude back here. Now,
Another guard up ahead. Time to knock him out while his back is turned.
Literally the only time the game will force you to do this. Which is marginally irritating, I'm not gonna lie. And you just shove him in amorphous steampunk technology room over here.
Several people have asked, is there an Andromeda video coming?
You think? Well, there's 4 pages of Andromeda notes sitting right to Terengel's immediate right, so what do you think? Oh, how did I miss a bag of spice and a golden wine carafe there? So, yeah, we all know I can go get some loot if I take the dumbwaiter, but I don't feel like it, so... Because we're just gonna blaze through here. This is how quick you can get to Genevieve's room. It's pretty goddamn easy. Whoa. Don't worry about it, dude. That fucking uppity bastard. So we'll just turn out the lights here, and he'll come in here. Then he calms the fuck down. I might actually knock him out. See, what the fuck is he doing? He has a very strange patrol route. He, like, turns and stays there for a second, so you think he's a stationary guard, then he just whirls around like a fucking ballerina. Thank you. We'll just chuck his body in here somewhere. There's some loot in here, I believe. Not in this room, but in one of these bastards. Aha. I think I played this game a few times. Dunya, sometimes I think I miss the days when crime ruled the streets, as the sheriff would have it. Either way, we walk in fear, but before we lost, at most, a purse, while now we may be shut up in irons simply for seeing the wrong thing at the wrong time. Give me the old days back again, and a pox upon Truart and all his thugs. A pox upon Sheriff Comey. Alright. I don't wish a pox on nearly enough people.
You gotta bring it back.
Yes, bringing back that old New York rap.
Well, that's her door.
See?
Basso can open it.
Pretty fucking easy, and if I hadn't tangled with the 2 guards, could have done it even easier. Pretty simple stuff. So you, having mapped out your route, now all you gotta do is go back.
was that, you think?
Whoa. Wrong way.
Guess it wasn't much
Isn't there
after
loot
all.
over here? Yes, there is.
Was that cheese?
It was cheese. I found table cheese. Don't judge me. It's nutritious. It's good for your bones. Thank you for the candlesticks. And here we go. And then really all you gotta do is wait for Basso to pull his thumb out of his ass. After this, whoops.
Well, while we wait, several people have asked, what do you think about the news of a thief movie and video game?
Well, I just did a video on that.
Oh.
I just did a video on the fucking movie and shit. I don't see why they would be making another game. Look, guys, they could make the best Thief game that has ever existed. They could make a game that eclipses Thief 2: The Metal Age in every conceivable way. And you're still gonna get about half as many people playing it as Thief 4, because people will never trust them again. I think this is just a fact they're gonna have to come to terms with.
I never did. Colleen was supposed to be on duty.
I'm gonna call it right now. This Thief game that they're working on, it's gonna be a mobile game or something.
What you doing, Basso? Go through the kitchen. Good man. The thief gets the cheese. The thief gets the cheese. Okay, now I can take the dumb waiter, because I got some time.
You are remembering Simpson.
I don't really need to. I'm more or less waiting for the game to play itself right now. We'll just pretend it's a Kojima game for a minute.
I know.
Well, there's not enough obnoxious cutscenes with terrible dialogue. It was hilarious. Last night, I just came upon a Twitter account that does nothing but post quotes from Metal Gear Solid games.
Oh my god.
And it has never been... The fact has never been rendered with more pristine crystal clarity that Hideo Kojima is not a fucking writer than browsing over some of those quotes. They weren't even weird in a funny way. They were just... Those aren't English words that go together. That's not... No. You're not literate. There's our girl Genevieve here. And then as soon as they get out, the mission is over. Pretty simple. Don't get quite as much loot as I did in my first playthrough, but I just want to blaze through here because otherwise, you know, otherwise it's a long tutorial mission and nobody wants that. Or as close as Thief 2 ever comes to a tutorial, that is. Okay, mission over. Alright. See our stats: 2 knockouts, damage dealt 2, secrets found 1 of 3, pockets picked 2 of 8. Okay. We are ready.
Begin.
Blessed be the forge which gives shape unto metal and steam unto the boiler. Blessed be the fire of the builder and the forge of Caris. Mechanist common prayer.
Business has been kind of slow these days, thanks to Sheriff Gorman Truart. He's been coming down hard on my competition and anyone else he deems unlawful. I've been playing it safe by keeping a low profile,
thief,
but as
Garrett.
my landlord recently reminded me, the rent is late. He says he's going to pay me a visit tomorrow to collect, so I'll have to go amateur for some quick cash.
Ah.
The warehouses by the docks should fit the bill. In addition to the usual shipping traffic, there's also a small smuggling operation sponsored by the local underground. Not too many guards, lots of dark corners, and several points of entry should make this job painless and profitable. Maybe I'll even have something left over for myself once the rent is paid. Wasn't that long ago that I was planning on my retirement. Now the only thing that's getting retired is my standards. If things get any worse, I'll have to go back to picking pockets in the streets.
Alright. So we're doing this. This is my favorite mission probably in the whole series. It's not even that big in terms of surface area, but it's just the depth of detail. I can't... It kind of defies description. So... let's go... Alright, we got a slow fall potion. If there's one criticism that I see of Thief 2, it's that there's a few gadgets in this game that don't really come in handy. Slow fall potion is probably among the more utilitarian, but like the flares, I don't think I've used a single goddamn time.
Why would you want to draw attention to yourself?
I know. They don't really work as a distraction. You know, some of these gadgets are cool, like a scouting orb and so forth, but, you know, in terms of actual utility and applicability, not the greatest. Oh, I love this mission. But again, it's really more about the density of detail than the actual surface area, because if you look at the surface area, it's actually pretty small. It's really only 2 buildings and like a dock area. This building, there's one to the north, and then there's a dock. And that's it. But the amount of storytelling, the amount of environmental detail, the amount of emergent gameplay, really, in this one mission really boggles the fucking mind. Oh, and this is the first mission where you get the lockpicks. Ah, scouting orb. Would you all like to see Garrett for a moment? See my sexy ass real quick?
Oh, Lord.
Here we go. I love this fucking tool. Hello, Garrett! Sexy beast. When I discovered that for the first time when I played this game, I was just like, holy fucking shit. The attention to detail. Alright. Lady Angelica, experimental apothecary. Potion testers needed. Inquire within. So if I want potions, I'll crack open this bad boy. And these are all numbered. 0624 is this one. As you can see, there are little, you know, basically storage spaces on all of these. And there's a mechanism located in these little sheds here where you can actually open each and every one of these storage spaces. And the amount of storytelling you get from those is pretty fucking mind-boggling, and of course loot. But you need to pickpocket the key off of a guard or somebody. Or you can go upstairs. That's another thing I should mention. Even though it's only 2 buildings and a dock, the buildings are multiple stories. I think the building B or whatever the fuck it's called up further north.
Can't a guy nap around here?
Or up, down south rather, of here.
It's never really anything.
I think that one is like 3 stories, maybe 4. But it's just a shipping area. Like you would on paper you would think, really? Like a shipping area? Like that would be one of the best missions in the game? Totally fucking is. 7732. And this is something that I do. Because this is like Ultima Underworld.
That's so awesome.
You just make notes on your map so that once you actually do get access to the mechanism that opens each of these storage spaces, you'll know which one you're opening. That was what again? 0624. Just mind-blowing in detail. You know, again, in terms of story, not hugely pertinent to the main narrative, actually.
Probably just the wind.
But I am gonna pickpocket some arrows from him. You never have too many arrows. Ooh, that storage space is already open. 6937 is that one.
Gambit fan asks, would you ever consider doing an Ultima Underworld stream?
I'd love to. Cannot wait for Underworld Ascending, guys. All that bullshit. Fucking morons. Oh, it's just nostalgia bait. Yeah, was Battletech nostalgia bait? You know, at a certain point, you'd think morons would just learn that fucking... all the fucking predictions I've made that have come true, you'd think morons would realize, hey, I probably don't want to bet against this dude, but, you know. Retard's gonna re-re. Moss arrows, that'll come in handy. So this is like an art gallery or something. Some kind of... shit. You can sometimes glitch the sidewalk, or the strafe function. And of course, Garrett has his mechanical eye in this game. So you can zoom in. Unlike in The Dark Project. It comes in handy. I won't spoil any plot details for those who did not beat The Dark Project, but needless to say, by the end of that game, you wind up one eye short.
Asim asks for some clarification.
What's up?
Is the new Underworld part of the Ultima universe?
I'm not sure, bless you. I'm not sure. I know that there's some curious shit going on with ownership, and there was for some time. Electronic Arts still owns Ultima, because they own all the Origin properties. There he is. Wondering where he went. But Paul Norath, the founder of Looking Glass Studios, owns the Underworld property. So there's like they're separate intellectual properties, technically. So there's a weird kind of thing going on, and I know he wasn't able to make a new Underworld for a long time because he couldn't get the rights to Ultima, or he was afraid EA. There was also an issue with if you make the game and it kind of performs and functions like an Ultima Underworld game, then they would have grounds for a lawsuit and so forth. So I don't know what they did. I assume EA let them license out Ultima just for this one thing, but they're still not putting Ultima in the title.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not sure what the particulars of that deal were, but it's an Underworld game for certain. It's an Ultima game, possibly. So, let thine arrow fly into my crystal eye. That's not exactly a difficult puzzle. Ooh. No? Okay, whatever. And the amount of loot in this level, oh my god. It's just the thieving trip. That's all this is. All you're doing in this mission is just stealing shit and taking in the world. And they make it work so well. Ooh, the bottom one is not working. It's another thing, they got an elevator system in these storage spaces. And that's a nice little bit of foreshadowing. A Mechanist Archangel statue there. Just random, you know, little breadcrumbs here and there. They don't make it all about it. This is one of the things that makes Looking Glass so ahead of their time in terms of storytelling, is just, you know, nowadays a game, if the art department goes to the trouble of making something in the game, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna be like, oh, click R3 to look. You know, go look at that big lens flare caked explosion that our art department created for you. And that's nice and all. I mean, that's one approach to take. It's not that that approach is wrong, depending on the kind of game that you're making, but Looking Glass always was one to surrender their own agency in order to amplify the agency of the player. So this mission can be as involved or as no fuss as you like. And it can take hours or it can take 15 fucking minutes. Literally, all this mission is I have to steal X amount of loot. That's the objective. Oh, wait.
You should get some sleep.
I remember what it was like to sleep. Boss left this morning and put me in charge of unloading and cataloging all the incoming shipments for the mechanists. Every single bloody thing they order is made out of metal. I've been lifting heavy crates all day long, and I think my back is about to break.
Bunch of taffers in this city.
Hold on a second. 0928. I think.
I live near Dayport. Yeah, I used to have a nice view of the mountains. I used to watch the sunrise with my wife every morning. But now, that metal monstrosity casts a permanent shadow over my house.
Oh, the Mechanist Tower, you mean? The city has certainly changed over the
Foreshadowing
a lot of that
to the
because of
Angel
Mechanist.
Watch mission.
I was in Dayport just last week.
In the
All
second
the trees
mission.
are gone, and there are giant chimneys spewing out foul soot.
My whole neighborhood stinks of that blackened air. My house used to be white, but now it's gone gray with that smudge. And my son coughs constantly.
Well, there's more to the Mechanists than just factories. While I was in Dayport, I had to stop by the Mechanist Tower to pick up a payment. I couldn't believe what I saw. They had these mechanical faces that watched me and sent shivers down my spine, I tell you.
Alright.
Yeah, I know all about those metal watchers. They installed some here in the Building B the other day.
See, you're
I
getting
heard they
information
plan on
about the
replacing
world,
us guards with
but you're
them
also
'cause they
learning
don't
about the
need to give them
mission.
Pay at the end of the week.
You're getting a little bit of
I
intel.
heard rumors that we're all going to be fired. If that's true, then I'll have to live in the woods like a pagan.
They're gonna replace us with mechanical McDonald's menus. I shouldn't have voted for that minimum wage increase.
But he better be taffing around down here. Not as exciting as I thought.
Okay. Do we want to go into building A? Still haven't picked up a key for the mechanism. Let's hope I don't run into that dude. I hear someone.
Hello? Anyone there?
Ooh, that was a close shave.
Gary wants to know, are you a fan of or have ever played a Crash Bandicoot game?
Played a little bit of... Was it Crash Bandicoot 2? I like a good 3D platformer. I thought they were okay. You know, they were alright. You know, back in the day, it was one of the more competent 3D platformers. That was an art form that took a while to nail down.
Yeah.
You remember for a number of years there were 3D platformers that were kind of experimental and they were going here and going there, but it wasn't really until games like Super Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot and later like Spyro and shit like that that they really codified, okay, here's what a 3D platformer really is. And at that point it was like a whole cottage industry. Then it just kind of went away as soon as the PS2 era came along. There wasn't much market for 3D platform, which is a shame, because they're a cool fucking game, and they're absolutely viable. They're good games for kids, too. It's a shame the industry has kind of given up on that market a little bit. Okay, I hold thy work in much regard, and thou knowest it was on mine own recommendation that my brotherhood contracted thy work. I trust by now that thou hast received a small shipment of Adonzio crystal. By the coming weekend, I shall need 10 lenses ground from the crystal thou hast received. Each lens must span 3 units in width, with a breadth of exactly 2 units. Grind thou one face concave and one convex. Make haste and then bring me thy work for my approval. Friend Capezza 0457. Oh, did I just get? Our yearly inspection of your space was last week. Our inspector found that he could not get to the 2nd floor because the elevator button on the 1st floor was broken. Ah, this must be the artist. Why didn't you report this problem? Please see me about this matter. I don't like it when a piece of equipment on my property is not working. We have also been receiving complaints from E.B. Bramrich. He rents the office space below your 2nd floor office, and he claims to be hearing odd noises late at night. Please look into that. Maybe it's not the art gallery. No.
Busby asks, have you ever watched a Bronson Western called Red Sun?
Oh, you're goddamn right I have. The fun little bit of trivia, I talked about this on Twitter. Back when that movie came out, when they were marketing it in Japan, all they did was rent out a billboard in Japan. They didn't put the title of the movie. They didn't put the production company. They didn't give a release date. It just was Bronson's face in character. That's it. They kept the fucking billboard up for a year. The end, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Let's see here. What do I think about Doc Savage? I think he's fucking rad. I think Doc Savage is great, but hold on. You have been evicted. Take 2 days to clear out your things, or they will be removed by the management. Oh shit, they must be sending this to IO Interactive. Snap! Lucky Celentura, entrepreneur. Love it. Nice little hidden bit of loot. I was recently contracted by the Mechanists to develop special lenses for them. I just received a small shipment of rare and valuable Adonzio crystal for this purpose. Crystal, you say? For security reasons, I would like to request the installation of a metal face into my area within the next week. I don't have the funds to replace the crystals if they get stolen, and I hear Mechanists can be unforgiving. Noah and Germ. Okay. Our tenant, Lucky Celentura, has not paid his rent in quite a while. No one has seen him for weeks, and I've seen wanted posters in the city streets with his picture on it lately. I've been suspicious of him for quite a while, and I'd bet you his golden dice, that he was running a gambling ring out of that space. I don't think he'll be back with the Bluecoats looking for him. I have put an eviction notice on his area, 0266, and I plan on clearing out this place in a few days to rent it to Gonzalez. Oh shit, Cobra's partner. I felt bad that we had to throw Gonzalez out to make room for Capezza, so I cut him a deal on this space, seeing that it's smaller than his old area. Speaking of Capezza, could you ask him to keep the noise down? Something's going on in Capezza's place. Shit. And another great feature of Thief that a lot of modern games lack is just verticality. You can, jump up there and navigate that way, and a lot of times that'll lead to, a vent or a hidden route. Wait, what was the number on that again? 0266. You guys want to raid the gambling place like the fucking Shadow? There's our key. That's what we were looking for. You have to be careful, too. The baddies can see you through windows. So here's how this mechanism works. 0266. Oh, and it's already marked. It's already marked on the inside. Lovely. So yeah, let's try 0266 for Lucky Celentura, but let's mark it on this too. For convenience. Shit. Gilbert 7933 is that one. How about that? 5188 TM Blackheart. And 6013. Okay. And 0590. Wait. Yeah, okay. And then the other one was 0457. And then we should be done. Okay, so where are we gonna go? Are we gonna raid a gambling ring? Like the fucking Shadow? I think so. 0266. Oops. There we are. Pretty simple.
Brad asks, thoughts on the Death Wish remake starring Bruce Willis?
Fuck that horseshit. Love Bruce Willis, but fuck that horseshit. Not interested. Weekly financial report. TM Blackheart, rent paid in full. Lucky Silentura, rent 3 weeks overdue. DM Gilver, rent paid in full. Rent due next week. Rent paid by DM Gilver last week. Uh-oh. Sid Capeza, rent paid by Mechanists. Okay. Lady Angelica, rent due next week. Okay, interesting. They got some delinquent payments going on. Is there a secret door here? Was there, or was that the other one? I don't rightly remember. I think it's the other one. Yeah, I think there's another bookcase later in the mission, or maybe on another mission. You know, the visuals may age, the gameplay is fucking timeless, folks. Let's not tempt fate. Good God. Fucking labyrinthine. Okay, nice and quiet like. Can hear him coming.
Someone there?
Do not turn around.
Who goes there?
God damn it. My bad. Why would he walk to the wall and then turn around and... the fuck is that? It's my bad. I should have hidden behind the door. Let's try... yeah. Actually, fuck. Do I have a vine arrow? Or a rope arrow? No, I don't. Get those a little later in the game. Could have used one, because I could just shoot a rope arrow onto the side of that box and climb up. That's how it's done, folks.
Saw something there.
Don't worry about it.
Guess it was nothing.
Okay, we have the gambling ring open here. Beautiful. Money on the table. Couldn't pay his rent, but he left money on the table. Okay. Guess he fled in a hurry. Ooh, and there's a key. Wonder what the key is for. Could it be for the safe? Ooh. Golden dice. The golden dice mentioned in the letter. Fucking level design, folks. This is what I mean when I say I think Mankind Divided, though it is obviously an homage to the original Deus Ex, I have a feeling, given the way the level design is in there, where you can just kind of jump in every apartment, and there's some kind of story to tell, and there's some kind of detail. I think they played Thief 2 before they made the game, I do. It's a little more Thief than Deus Ex at times. Which some people complain about, but those people are called cunts?
Hello?
The Lead Hound asks, have you ever played any of the Metro games?
Just a little. Just a little bit. Okay, 0928. We're gonna go into that storage space right there and see what the fuck is in there. Have to be careful here. Shit.
Jordan, that you?
Fuck you. Ooh. There's an arrow against
Looks
the wall.
like nothing.
I love that. I'm just sitting here and I can hear him. And know when the coast is clear. Something Dishonored was in dire need of. Just the feedback systems in that game are just so woefully inadequate. It's one of the reasons people basically have to get the X-ray vision fucking mod. Because otherwise you lack basic information about where your enemies are.
Germ is the man that makes those magic lenses. There's probably some valuable lenses in here.
This is the guy with the crystal.
Shane asks, Razor, are there any Australian metal bands that you like?
I like a black metal band by the name of Nazul. Not a big AC/DC guy, they're more of hard rock, and I'm not a big Airborne guy. Other than that, I'd have to think. But those are, off the top of my head, those are the only Australian metal bands that I care for. Ooh. Lovely! What's this then? 10 pounds of rare Adonzio crystal, 6 grinding stones, 10 saxifine sand, polishing rags, clamps, oil, and soap. No hidden switches under here. Okay. Well, that was a profitable little trip here. All right. There's a little trash chute there. Let's see where we should go next. Again, you could just raid every fucking one of these, and every single one's got a story. Let's go with the, experimental apothecary there. And wait, hold on. 7732, how did I miss that? Bramrich, I believe that's... Yeah, okay. Let's go with 7732.
Draztech asks, what do you think about the Sly Cooper games?
Dig 'em! Dig 'em, dig 'em, dig 'em! More stealth is better.
Back to work.
There's not enough.
Jordan, that
There's
you?
never enough, and Dishonored does not count.
Yeah.
Gotta stay on my toes anyway.
Okay, let's... I think that's the foreman's office? I assume the foreman for the docks. That could have gone better. Cool little trick. Let me actually show you guys this. I actually, that was my error. Let me show you how. So I just fell off there while I was crouched, and that created noise. If you run off while crouched, it will not make noise, I believe. Unless the game glitches. Yep. So just a little fucking tip for my fellow taffers out there. Oh, it's the accountant. Even better. Our shipment to be exported overseas to Governor Horridge is ready. It is waiting over in Gilver's area and will be shipped out tomorrow afternoon. Having to replace last month's shipment that was lost at sea is putting the company in serious financial trouble. Gilver took out a loan from the First City Bank and Trust to cover the extra expenses. And here we go. Foreshadowing to a mission later in the game where you actually raid First City Bank and Trust and you can actually loot this from them. We don't increase profits next month, and we won't have enough money to stay in business. Fortunately, we just received an unexpected order this morning, and this will bring in some extra money that we can use to pay back the loan. I just had a new batch of shipping labels printed out, and I will bring them over to Gilver in the morning. There is a side mission where, and I think it's only available on higher difficulties. It's a side objective where you can actually, print out, you like get another shipping label and put it on the wrong package or something, and you ship that somewhere it doesn't belong. I forget exactly what it is, but yeah, that's like a side mission. Okay, 0624.
Great Cthulhu asks, Cirith Ungol mythos?
Yeah, not really familiar with their shit. I know they're big Elric fans, are they not?
I really don't know.
0624. Loot. Let's loot them up, suckers. What's this experimental apothecary? What's in here, I wonder? Potion testers needed, as before.
Panzer Blitz asks, have you ever considered doing a music mythos on a classical composer?
I could. I mean, I know enough about classical. 50, and that's my final offer. By the teeth of my ancestors, I nearly think I could journey into the forest and cut my own greenery. Pagan bandits be damned, rather than pay such prices. Why aren't there pagan bandits in our world? I ask you. There we go. Nothing up here? No. I think I need to take the elevator. What's up here then? Experimental apothecary. Boxes! So experimental. That's the emergency exit, which I love. Not only can you, you know, pick the fucking locks and so forth, and there's a ledge there, you can actually take it around the side of the building if you want another way around. Like, just fucking level design. It's, again, the big thing, I mentioned this in my original Thief 2 review, is that the overarching ethos of the design of this game in particular, even compared to the Dark Project, is that you're not designing a level, you're designing an actual place. So everything's functional. You have fire exits. You have, you know, 19 billion different ways to get in and out. Just nobody designs a house with one fucking door, you know what I mean? Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120 What's down there? Oh, that sucked. That's one area that could be improved, is the fucking mantling. In the first 2 games didn't work so well. They improved it a bit in Deadly Shadows, but still doesn't really work too well. And, you know, if you're jumping on a fence or like a little... Okay, let's try this again. Whew! Just barely. Look at that! It just... You would never, in your wildest dreams, know to look there. It's just there. Ooh, I have a rope arrow now! Oh, now this entire mission just turned into a playground.
Gary asks, have you checked out that ninja game Origami?
I haven't. I haven't picked it up yet. It's been on sale a number of times, but I just haven't. I have got what is it? Shadow Tactics? Shadow Tactics, the new isometric stealth game, not unlike, it's basically Ninja Desperados. If anyone out there has played Desperados before. Fuck, I think I locked myself out.
Jane Reaction says, I can't see shit. Yes, Thief is a very dark game.
Is the stream dark? I'll crank up the gamma for you guys. Ooh, that was close. Okay, I did not lock myself out, thank God. Let me know if this is bright enough for you guys, by the way. Building A key. That helps. Fuck. Where does this lead? Some archery targets.
Alright, who's making the rocket?
Shut up. Where the fuck? Oh my. Well, I'm not the only one with a mechanical eye. Fuck. Ooh. Okay. If you're quite finished. I can jump up there if if I can fucking do the mantling right. Which is a very real question.
Fellow Taffer asks, what is your favorite comic book villain?
Favorite comic book villain. Got it! Favorite comic book villain. First, what would you say yours is, Terangel?
Apocalypse.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Apocalypse? Why?
Because he's all powerful.
Well, yeah, but his backstory is kind of bullshit and, like, incongruous and... Oh, there's something with Egypt, and maybe he's the first mutant, and maybe he's not, and maybe he's Dracula, and maybe he's just fucking Hammurabi, and... His origin is so what the fuck. hold on. Profits for Dockside Warehouse have been tremendous ever since my brother Jason convinced me to let the mechanists use Building B for their needs. They've taken over and converted all 4 storage bays to contain their machinery and incoming cargo. This has really hurt my shipping contracts. I lost 12 contracts recently because the cargo had to be stored outside instead of the now occupied storage bays. Mechanists are now using my workforce to move their cargo and assist in their various projects, and I have barely any workers left to handle my remaining contracts. They have more than compensated us for our losses, but still they worry me. They threatened me harm when I refused to evict Gonzalez, that's that a boy, one of the longtime tenants of Building A, so one of their investors could set up a machine shop. The new machine shop happens to be right under my poor brother's office, and he's been complaining about the noise constantly. I guess I should be happy about the money the mechanists are paying me, but I feel like they are taking over, and I don't even get a say as to what happens on my own property anymore. Well, way to do business with a fucking religious cult, dipshit.
As a second choice, I would say Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin would be one of my first choices. Fun fact, you can shoot that little green thing on him and it'll blow him the fuck up, if I remember correctly. Lovely! We have some coins here. Oh, there's some proper loot on this mission. Whoa. Nothing to see here. Here comes Nosy Ramirez here. Come on.
What? This place is so drafty.
They can actually see you through the windows on those doors. Those fucking mechanical eyes do not fuck around. You can, and they can trigger the alarm, and if the alarm, if the speakers for the alarm are far enough away from you, you won't even know the alarm is going off until you, move to another part of the level and you suddenly hear a fucking submarine siren going off. Oh, come on! Who's gonna put an off switch right at the end of the hall? The mechanists, that's who. Alright, now we get to have some fun with elevators, folks. Yeah, so this building is actually 4 stories, I was right. Here. Ooh. God damn. And again, once you get... I've already got enough loot to fucking quit the mission, but you can just keep fucking stealing and getting shit, and the detail just... There's no fucking bottom. It's unbelievable. I forget how you... I think you actually have to get into one of these offices, and there's a switch. At least someone can find a switch. Alright, come on.
What do you think of Anita Sarkeesian retiring from video games?
I think it's kind of funny if you watch my first Sarkeesian rant. I was pretty adamant that she was full of shit, but at the same time, I made the point, rather emphatically, might I add, that vanquishing her is phenomenally simple. All you have to do is ignore her and she'll go away. Because it really was about her own personal profit and keeping the woman relevant. You know, I understand I did a number of Sarkeesian rants and so forth, so my hands are not clean in this regard. I did like 2, actually. I did a lot less than most people, but there were entire channels that were basically the 24/7 bashing Sarkeesian network. Those people need to understand that they were essentially culpable in keeping that woman relevant. Like, if they had just shut the fuck up, she would have gone away a lot sooner than now. And that's why she's going away, folks. It's not because, oh, we won the argument. No, it's because people stopped watching her shit. Once there were bigger fish to fry, notice once the election came along, and the struggle between SJWs and people with fucking common sense moved to a more global, national scale, there were bigger fish to fry, suddenly Sarkeesian's gone, almost overnight. Because people stopped watching her because she didn't matter. It was like, who the fuck cares what this bitch has to say? We can prove her wrong in 5 seconds, and we got a fucking nation to win back, you know what I mean? The minute people just stopped paying attention to her, she went away.
Jose asks, will you be doing a review of Resident Evil 7?
I played it. I'm not even sure if it's worth doing a review of. There's actually a cool little thing. You can actually break these skylights and crash right in and get in that way. You don't even have to find keys or pick locks. Or there's your dock, by the way. Little smuggling ship going on here. 73620. I wonder why that's got numbers on it. I never noticed that before. Probably because of the texture upgrade. Can you not get in this, motherfucker? Must be another key that opens this. Weird. Yet another fucking Easter egg. But I betcha... Well, I don't know. Maybe if you crash through the skylight, you can actually take an elevator up. But I don't know. I don't feel like taking a chance. Plus, breaking skylights makes noise. And I am Master Thief. Here's your storage spaces. Where's the lever? Okay, so let's see this. Aha! That's what building B key does.
I think we discussed this before. Remind me if we have.
What's that?
Debonair Nerd asks, if the Shadow film were to be made into a Netflix series, who would you cast as Lamont Cranston?
I think we talked about what a modern Shadow movie, who we would cast. Whoa. Oh, we have the head to one of the giant robots. Again, with the brilliant foreshadowing. Again. Oh, I love it. I love it. In fact, yeah, that's awesome. That's fucking rad. Foreshadowing to the Mechanist robots in the second mission. How the fuck do you like that, folks? Yeah, there we go. You can actually get up into the rafters here. If you like. I don't really need to, though. I can also take the elevator down to the other storage space. Below. There's like 9 billion of these fucking storage spaces. How much loot do I have? I may just end the mission. I don't want to bore you guys by going to every single fucking one. I have about 600 loot. About 100 over. But yeah, for like a prospective Netflix show, you figure you'd want to go with like a TV actor. I would say you'd have 2 big choices. So I would say like a really good choice for a movie or a Netflix show would be Tom Hiddleston, who most people would know as Loki from the Thor films. I think he would be really good as the Shadow. And then for a TV actor, I think John Hamm, known for fucking Mad Men, would be a really good Lamont Cranston / the Shadow. He's got the profile, he's, you know, whatever. I don't know if he can do a British accent. He doesn't really have to. Alec Baldwin didn't have a British accent, and he did just fine. I wonder how he could get up there. God damn. Just the detail. Okay, and then you just go north. Actually, I think I could go around here if I can get by this guy. I wonder. Let's try the rope arrow. I don't think I've ever done this. Let's try the rope arrow.
Thought I saw something.
Don't you worry your little head. God damn! This mission! This is why it's my favorite. So many multifarious methods of completing this mission. This guy is a little too curious. Yeah. Ow. Doesn't matter much. I can just take the rope arrow up.
ABC asked, though it might be too early to tell, what do you think of the new Judge Dredd show, Mega City 1? That they just announced.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. I'm one of the few people who was not crazy about the Dredd movie from a few years ago. If they make it in that vein, I probably won't like it. You drop. I think you have to hit crouch to drop. Well, let's get around. If I can go to the other side of the building, I'll be just fine. Actually, let's go to check out that other storage space. Christ in a cocksock. There is a lot to explore in this mission. Anything to loot? No? Nothing that I can see. Waithrin found me the most sharpy way of ridding a self of a blade in the side. Watch Officer Morgan. Too much work for him. Does he do his own scout of breakers and bladesmen so a sniffer drops him a name or two? Gets a coin for the mark of it, turn me a profit and grieve me the competition, why not? Still more literate than the average YouTube comment.
Sleef6 asks, will you be doing another Shadow episode?
Yeah, I've been working on it. I still have one role to cast if anyone is interested, which is just an older industrialist. An older Lamont Cranston, essentially. If anyone is interested in that role, it's the last one I have to cast. And then I'm gold. Got everything else recorded, I believe. That's not true. A few people haven't gotten their parts into me yet. But everyone is cast. Ooh, building plans. Is this guy an architect? I'll never understand The mystic nature of the architect in today's society. They go to school and they know how to put one shape on top of another shape. It's like, motherfucker, everyone is an architect, and I'll tell you exactly how I can prove it. If you have roommates, and you're getting near the end of the period on when you're actually going to run the washing machine, you will learn by the mere act of looking into the sink that everyone, in fact, can be an architect. You will see shapes and geometric combinations that would confound isosceles. Plates on top of bowls, on top of cups, on top of a commemorative mug, and perched at the bottom, you know, the actual stable base upon which it all sits.
What I heard. I hope that
The
dirty
class of
smuggler
05
brought us
fucking
some
shot
spice.
glass.
There's none to be found anywhere within this cursed city anymore.
I know what you mean. I used to grow my own spice. Those fruits and vegetables.
Can I get around that? Oh, that's a noisemaker arrow.
No matter what I tried.
It's as if all the plant life.
Someone needs to make a mod for this where the noisemaker arrow makes the SJW REE!
Davidson will smuggle in trees next time.
Let it be so! Quoth the razor. Must have been rats! Hey, hey.
Oh, oh.
Alright. I think we're done. If I can just get back to my cozy little life of crime here.
I hear this guy is quite a popular musician. His unpublished work should be valuable.
Yeah, you can steal someone's music. You can be the medieval Napster. Where's the... Or for a more contemporary reference, the medieval Spotify. Yeah, they don't have the lock boxes on that side. Ooh, let's go down here. God damn it! There's a really badly placed lamp there. Whoa.
You must be Uriel. Well, you're late. I thought I made it clear to you hammers that I don't like to be kept waiting.
Be thankful I treat with thee at all, unbeliever. 'Tis late, and I seek to finish here quickly that I may return to my brethren.
Well,
I seek to finish here quickly that I might watch Lawrence Welk reruns.
You know, you hammers used to bring a lot of money my way, but I haven't seen you around lately.
I require but a fourth part of mine usual order. Is all we are needed.
We have sold IO Interactive. We spent $5.6 billion on Final Fantasy 15, and now we can't admit we're fucking retards.
Not that accursed name to me.
The solution, clearly, is to blame Whitey.
Twists holy scripture to his own selfish desire. Worse still, those infidels would raise his lies to the level of holy word.
I've been hearing a lot about them lately. Don't know what to think of them yet, but seems like they've got plans to improve the city, making life better for people like me, which is more than you hammers ever did.
The heretics are not but a trial for the faithful of the builder. They know nothing of devotion, of faith, of craftsmanship, or skill, and blindly follow the path of lies, greed, and deception. Markest thou my warning? At the forge of the master builder, he will separate
turn around,
steel
dude.
from dross, and those who follow falsehoods instead of faith will be forever cast aside.
Yeah, whatever you say. Let's just go and finish up our business.
Turn around! I think they go into the storage space, and then I can probably get by here. Good shit. This is... When it comes right down to it, you know, people are always like, "Ooh, Dishonored is just like Thief. Why would you hate Dishonored?" When it comes right down to it, the fun shit in Thief is acting like a thief. The fun shit in Dishonored is acting like a fucking teleportation ninja lobbing fucking thunderbolts from his fingertips and shit. But then, to make matters worse, Dishonored punishes you for playing that way. So it can't even really create its own playstyle and then incentivize it. You know, Thief created its own playstyle and gave you an incentive for playing that way. You discover more of the world, you actually have more fun playing like a thief. They give you tools for killing people. I mean, you got frog beast eggs and fucking... You got landmines in this game. There are goddamn landmines in a Thief game. But if you play that way, you're not really getting the most out of your experience. Whoa. Could I could actually get around this guy, but he'll be passing this way anyway. Again, I love those fucking lanterns. Just as awesome as they were in Thief the Dark Project. This is a classic example of how you do a sequel. You take what made the original awesome and make it more so. Simple as that. It's not completely iterative. There are actually some very real differences between this game and the previous one. Actually, as one last parting shot, let's open this storage space. See what the fuck is in here. The Inventor's Place. 0457. Because there's a little... Yeah. 0457. See what the... Ooh! I always forget about that one. Just randomly a crate with a lid. Just keeping you on your toes. Always.
This place was like an inventor's shop. Valuable gadget or two around here.
Oh, one of the Mechanist's big inventors. Imagine what you could do with modern technology with some of these ideas. You know, all this machinery could be moving, you could have the steam rising in plumes and shit. Not that the game is aged poorly or anything, especially with texture upgrades. It actually holds up respectably, but... It's just a shame they had such an opportunity with Thief 4 and they squandered it like a motherfucker. They spent all their time on fucking lighting, making things look pretty, and they forgot to have a game that's worth a fucking shit. High voltage. Alright. Is this building B? Building A. And then it's a simple matter of climbing up to the top of the crates. And getting the HE double fuck out of here. Alright, hit me with your questions, faggots. Stataroos found 816 loot out of 1,811. Jesus Christ. Not bad, though. Backstabs, 4 out of 14 secrets found. There are so many fucking secrets in them. Every time I play that mission, I find like 3 more secrets that I didn't know about. And I've been playing this game since the year 2000. Pretty fucking mind-blowing.
Fellow Taffer asks...
And look at the total time there. Towards the end, I stopped looting the fucking storage spaces, and it still took me nearly an hour to finish that. That is fucking environmental detail right there.
Fellow Taffer asks, what comic books are you currently reading?
Currently reading, well, of course I'm reading The Shadow Batman. I am reading Daredevil, of course, but that's about it. There's not a whole lot that I'm interested in. You know, there's not a whole lot of variety right now. went to the comic shop recently and just went up and down the aisles and looked for something to catch my eye, and there wasn't much of anything. The big problem we have right now is I feel like when comics kind of explode again, you usually have a lot of variety in terms of the kind of shit that's actually on the racks. You have westerns, and you have cyberpunk, and you have fantasy, and you have all that alongside the standard superheroes and the vigilante comics and so forth. Crime comics, whatever. But that isn't the case right now. It's a lot of fucking superheroes, and there's just not even from the third parties is there that much variety, and even when you have the variety, it's generally like old properties, like, oh, we got fantasy comics, here's Red Sonja. It's like, I've read Red Sonja before. I don't need to read more fucking Red Sonja. How about a new fantasy comic? How about you give me something new? It's one of the reasons I came back to comics in 2002 is because CrossGen Comics, who I recommend you read all their shit for anyone watching this, CrossGen Comics had this whole line where nothing was about superheroes. They had Negation, which was a sci-fi comic. They had Sojourn and Scion and Sigil, which were fantasy comics. They had Ruse, which was like a Victorian heist thief comic. They had Mystic, which was like a magic fantasy comic. They had, they had The Path, which was a samurai comic. And they had westerns. They had El Cazador, which was a pirate comic, and it was drawn by the artist on Captain America, Steve Epting, who was sensational. And the comic ruled. It ruled fucking hard. That's what brought me back into comics, and I wish to nebulous fucking Christ that someone would come along and start doing that again. But ever since CrossGen has been dead, which is like, fuck, since 2004... the variety in the comic industry here in America has been sorely goddamn lacking. And the great thing about CrossGen was, not only were they offering all that variety, they had some of the best creators in comics doing them. George Perez was doing a fantasy comic. George fucking Perez, JLA, right? Greg Land was doing Sojourn. It's the best work in his career. You can bash Greg Land all you fucking want. His work on Sojourn was exceptional, and I still maintain that when he was drawing Sojourn, he was one of the greatest artists in comics, period, because he had more of a pool of reference to pull from, because he's a reference lightboxing artist. So because there was more variety, you know, the weaknesses in his art weren't quite as upfront or exposed. You know, you had great fucking artists and writers working. Ron Mars was writing Sojourn. Just a shame. Strike hot iron and call forth sparks. Strike a man and call forth fury. To shape man or metal to thy will, thou must strike with force. Collected Sermons of Karis.
Last night, an unusual opportunity knocked on my door. Naturally, I was a little suspicious, but my visitor said the job was too sensitive to go through the usual channels. He claimed that an old contact of mine told him where to find me. I was about to ask him who our mutual friend was when he managed to distract me. The job is to break into Shoalsgate Station, headquarters of the City Watch, and quietly frame a certain Lieutenant Hagen for robbing the evidence vault.
Ooh.
Hagen is Sheriff Truart's #2 man, and has no doubt made life difficult for someone he shouldn't have. My unusually resourceful employer has given me all the information I need to pull this off, including a very detailed map of the building. All I have to do is choose a way in, plan my route, and get back out without alerting the bulls. I realize that breaking into Shoalsgate is like looking down a Burrick's mouth with a lit match, but it would pay me enough to lay low for a while, and it doesn't hurt to be giving the police some dirty laundry to deal with either. Besides, with my luck, if I don't take this job, I could end up in there anyway.
Goddamn Stephen Russell. Just one of his best performances as a voice actor.
Let's see, a couple final questions here. What are your thoughts on the Generals series of Command & Conquer?
Never played it. Never played it, so couldn't tell you, sorry.
Are you doing a Persona 5 review?
Haven't played it yet, so I can't until I play it.
Do you think Valve will ever be able to count to 3?
It depends on whether or not Gabe Newell ever eclipses the 3-ton mark.
Boobs, hips, or ass?
Oh, fuck off. Let's see here. I'm not the amazing atheist. I'm not gonna do a shitty, snore-worthy rant about assholes for fucking 15 minutes, because that's not homoerotic at all, Tej. You know, shit comes from there, right?
What do you
That explains where he gets his fucking opinions, but anyway, let's...
What do you think of Swamp Thing and not Alan Moore's?
Don't really care. Don't really care about Alan Moore's Swamp Thing or fucking Swamp Thing in general, so, you know, it is what it is.
Do you dig the blues?
Sure.
Okay.
Alright. One of many ways to get into this police station. This is the most stealthy way.
This looks like the way in.
Take a breath potion if you like. Anyone who's watched my show knows I need no oxygen. Oxygen is for fat people. Let us... crack open the lid. Fucking go. Let's get in here. There we go. You just find the air pockets, periodically come up for air, and you're fine. You don't need the breath potion,
I can't
really.
stay underwater too long, or I'll drown.
Yeah, thanks for that helpful tip. Oxygen is required for life. Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it. That's right up there with Hitman Wub Solution. Running is noisy. You were disguised as a chef. To look around. Look around.
That's one of my favorite games. It really is.
It just came at such a perfect time when the industry was just so lapsing into that fucking horse shit.
Bland. Call of Duty, Battlefield.
It's you say this in past tense?
Yeah, right.
What in the fuck is happening to the industry? I mean that sincerely. I mean, do you think it can go on like this much longer? Square Enix just sold IO Interactive, even though Hitman 2016 was actually the episodic thing. I bash it because I think it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. But it was successful. It was actually quite successful for the company, but they still sold the company. So clearly it wasn't as successful as they needed it to be. When you can sell several million copies of a fucking game and it's still not a success, is that even remotely sustainable? Can we keep doing that? I don't see how that happens for much longer and we still have a fucking industry. Little hidden entrance into the police station. Love it. Love it. Where the fuck am I? I think I'm near the actual prison itself, the jail. No, I'm in maintenance. Conference rooms.
Well, here's a good one.
Oh, the soundtrack in this level is really good.
Best Way Killa asks, Razor, what is your favorite sports game?
Okay, let's take it from the top. What happened?
Well, my servant Genevieve is missing. Now, she had no reason to run away. I treated her like my own daughter. Who will take care of me now?
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're drifting off the subject again. Just stick to the facts, please.
Are you going to help me? I'll have you know.
Nice little Dragnet reference.
He has a great deal of influence, you know.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the, that was Dragnet, right?
Yes.
Came from. I doubt he would be pleased to find out out you are neglecting to help one of his friends.
Folks, I want to share something real quick. He looks at me and asks me that because he thinks I'm old enough to know that.
You're pretty fucking old.
Yeah, well, fuck you too.
No, I just know that, you know, you watch MacGyver and what you watch older shows.
Dragnet is from like the fucking 50s and 60s.
I know, but still, Colonel Potter was in it.
Oh, right.
From fucking MASH. Yeah.
I didn't watch MASH. I didn't.
Why not?
It wasn't my thing.
It's good. It's good. Except for the last several seasons when it got all preachy and anti-war. And
that was because what's his name started directing.
Alan Alda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, attention to all watch officers. In a short time, we have nearly cleared the city of the criminal element that has plagued her for so long. I thank each and every one of you for the effort and initiative that you have displayed. Now we must direct this same form of hard justice towards another disease of the city, the pagans. We cannot allow these subversives to poison the minds of our fair citizens. The man's name is Varg Vicernus. Hang him. No. Henceforth, the pagan faith is outlawed, and practitioners of paganism shall be considered enemies of the city. Varg Vicernus is considered armed and extremely bald. Alright. Soundtrack. Is that the alarm?
The Watcher is ready and operational. Now 'twill activate the alarm whenever an intruder doth approach.
How does it know the difference between us
Alarm
and
off.
an intruder?
To find the answer to that question, thou must attend the Mechanist Seminary and join our order. The wisdom of Kareth is not for the eyes of the common man.
No, it is not.
What about maintenance for all these contraptions?
Thy sheriff did insist
There
that all
was the
information
pious
for thy
man,
security
Garrett.
systems be left in the care of Lieutenant Hagen. Instructions are locked in thy secure records area.
What secure area?
The sheriff requested us to construct a records hole that only he and his lieutenants may view. 'Tis no doubt to keep them from the eyes of incompetents such as thee.
Why do insults sound so much more insulting when they're spoken in Shakespearean dialectic? Why? I don't know why. Something about a pentameter that is just innately offensive.
Here's an easy one. Warfast. What's your favorite Star Trek series?
Couldn't the Mechanist just
more of those men? That didn't sound like rats.
Mechanical eyes around the place. Because we can't be shut off as easily, you tavern.
Oh man, that was a close shave.
Damn right. No smell of sewage, no mildew, fewer rats. You ever wonder why?
I think that's the cafetorium.
Not really. Probably figured we'd spend less time breaking the law since we'd be enforcing it. Gold is gold. Don't matter if it's coming from Reuben or Sheriff Truitt.
Yeah, Sheriff Truitt is recruiting hardened criminals as members of the Watch. Putting together his own private Obama administration. Alright. Whoa! Oh, shit.
I'll go ahead and answer for you. It's Deep Space Nine.
Oh, sorry. Favorite Star Trek? Yes, it's Deep Space Nine by a fucking mile. But I like all the Star Trek shows, except, and I know this is not popular, but except for the original series. I really don't give a shit about the original series. I just never have, sorry.
For me, it's Voyager.
Really?
The writing was all over the place. And just...
Oh, that's the one you don't like.
Yeah.
Gotcha, I was like, what the fuck? No, yeah, I agree. Voyager was schizophrenic as fuck. It'd be great 1 minute, and then it was like, how is this even a TV show? How did they greenlight this at all? Where the fuck does this take me?
not so secret anymore, is it?
Garrett, you badass.
That is a great soundbite.
It is. WikiLeaks should use that one. Beautiful. The hypnotic nature of the soundtrack in this level. Letter from Lieutenant Hagen. I must insist that you pay closer attention to the activities of the Warden Affairs Division. I know how highly you regard their work, and I readily admit that they have shown very impressive results. However, I must point out that their arrest records indicate that they have been avoiding certain wardens. Whenever evidence is presented against those wardens, it mysteriously disappears from evidence storage, even though the station guards assure me that no unauthorized evidence leaves the area. Respectfully, Lieutenant Hagen. Yeah, so the wardens are the crime bosses in the city. In the first game, if you guys watched me stream that a little bit, Ramirez, when we invaded Ramirez's mansion and stole the jewels off of his belt, Ramirez is one of the wardens, I believe. And they tend to take a cut from what thieves are actually snagging. And Garrett, being an independent, refuses to hook up with any of the wardens, so they all hate his fucking guts. Mosley is becoming an inconvenience. Lately she has been questioning my orders, and her conduct regarding the pagans borders on insubordination. She was always my best officer before. Why the sudden change? I'm going to give her one more chance to redeem herself. If she fails me again, I'll have to give the case to Hagen. He may not be as good an officer, but he is loyal and vicious, not the sort to have any moral dilemmas with this kind of assignment. What really puzzles me is that she wants the case so badly. The last time I discussed it with her, I suggested she hand the case over to someone else. She assured me that she'd triple her efforts, rather than let go of the assignment. Okay, folks, we're at the 2-hour mark, so I think we're going to sign off here. But I will save it so that, you know, if we want to continue this later, we can. Ooh, electric lights. That's fancy.
Yes, this is the part where water arrows become...
useless.
Yeah. Much less effective.
Well, there's a few torches in this mission, but yeah. Alright, folks. I want to thank you for joining us on this stream of what is, in my eyes, the greatest video game ever made. A game that continues to be just as influential today in 2017 as it was 17 fucking years ago when it first came out. This is almost a 2-decade-old game, and yet aspects of its design, like sound propagation and feedback systems, environmental detail, all of these things have yet to be surpassed almost 2 decades.
Just the fact that it doesn't hold your hand.
Yeah, not at all. Not even remotely. Alright, folks. I want to thank you all for joining me on this stream, and God fucking speed.